Hey there, guys, it's Mia here. I am so excited as always. I'm really excited about this quick live today. I want to make sure I share it and then I'm going to jump in. I'm going to teach just very simply on what changes when you stop coaching yourself. It's such an important question that I think can help so many individuals. Share this with a friend. What's the difference? What happens when one second, let me share this, stop coaching yourself. All right. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant, got started my company 20 years ago. And I just made that decision. I decided I was going to stop coaching myself. I hired an amazing gentleman to coach me who really supported me in understanding how to build the business of coaching. And it changed my entire life and world perspective. I had the opportunity to stand on his shoulders. I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. My goal is to support you in thinking differently about time and your own value. And sometimes we don't know what we do not know. So I'm going to share a story with you today of two of my clients who I had the great privilege to speak with for a couple of minutes. And both of them have a couple of things in common. One, they started working with me about 3 or 4 months ago, and they both came through my master training, which is called the Giant Experience Master Training. I've run it for 5 years. My clients have made multi-millions of dollars collectively that have come, and they learn how to package what they do from scratch, even if they don't know what they're going to market. They learn how to leverage their background, their gifts, their talents into a monetizable product that's high value. And they learn how to price that product appropriately to fully value the transformation that they bring, which, as you know, is a big issue for so many people. They learn how to position themselves. Most of them have no marketing background or a little marketing background, and they're not positioned to sell the thing that they're building. And I show them the best ways for them to do that, and then also how to close and sell in a systematic way, which a lot of my clients don't have a background in sales or selling or anything like that, and they don't want to be salesy, and I teach them that. So that's one thing they had in common. They all came through my master class. And secondly, they both booked a private consult with me. So for 90 minutes, we looked at their plan, what they want to accomplish in this new year. They both had over $500,000 for their goal for this upcoming year for 26, and we came up with a plan of how they would be able to do that. Now, a plan is not just something that we write out, right? It's not just this idea of setting a goal. It is built on something that makes sense and it has a systematic structure to it. So I want to talk a little bit about what changes when you stop coaching yourself. Now, both of them, okay, were able to send out contracts as a result of the work we've done that is valued at over $195,000. One of the opportunities is $115,000 and it's been sent, the pitch has been sent. And the other opportunity is $65,000 and $15,000. And the 65 just closed checks coming is in the mail. So how cool is that, right? Now, I want you to think about this for a minute. We are 6 days into the new year. Both of these individuals have a goal of hitting over $500,000 this year. The one client has already gotten a signed contract for 65,000. She's already accomplished 12% of her goal early in the year. And if you think that's winning, I want you to write #winning. And if you want to win that way, I want you to write that, because that's the mindset that you need to have. We're 6 days in the year. She's 12% to the goal. And why is she 12% to the goal? She's 12% in the goal because she didn't decide to coach herself around something that was really important. So I wrote down a couple of things in my note cards that I think are really important for you to think about, for you to hit your goals, exceed your goals this upcoming year. And I will tell you that this is not for that person. This slide might hurt your feelings a little bit. If you're that person, you're not actionable. If you can't move without your husband saying you can move, if you're not investment minded at all, this is not for you. This is for that person that you know that you are amazing at what you know how to do, but you'd like to do it differently. Maybe you're a therapist and you would like to run a coaching business that's profitable, or maybe you want group coaching models and you've never done anything like that. Or maybe you're thinking about building some kind of program that might be on the consulting side and you've never done that before and you're trying to figure out how to do that. Or maybe you're trying to up level something you're charging $100 per client for, but it has so much value and that you're just trying to figure out how can you make this high ticket, right? This is going to be for you. It's for you if you're actionable, you're investment minded, and you are a giant. You know that you can create amazing results for your clients. Are we clear? All right. So here are the things that I've written. Number one, what changes when you stop coaching yourself? Number one, you see taller. Somebody write that. You see taller. You see things. You see your talent in bigger ways. Why? Because you're standing on the shoulders of other individuals who have done the thing that you want to do. And when we stand on the shoulders of others, people who have been there, who have done that, you can get to where you want to quicker and faster, but you also at a higher level. You know, if you want to build a coaching practice and coach hundreds of women, the best way to do that, or men, the best way to do that is work with someone that has coached hundreds of individuals, right? So you see someone that have hundreds of testimonials, that's your person because they're showing you that they have hundreds of individuals. And if that's a goal that you have, that's the proof that you need. So, one of the things that gets in the way with smart and sharp individuals is sometimes it's the shiny thing, right? So, you see someone doing something that's not necessarily connected to you, but it feels good. You have admiration around it, but they aren't doing what you want to do. One of the things is very important. When you're trying to coach yourself is understand what gets in the way is what you do not see, the questions that you do not understand. I say to my clients all the time, it's not what you know that is in the way, it's what you don't know how to do. And the reason that we work with mentors and coaches is so that we have the opportunity to learn what to do, not what not to do. Does that make sense? And, you know, I have clients who, if they were not working with me, one of the things that they would do is they would undercharge at what they're doing. I'll talk about that in a minute. They would likely not know all that they needed to add to what they were offering to their ideal clients because they just wouldn't have perspective around the best way to be able to do that. Working with a coach or a mentor helps you see the things you cannot see. And there is no price that you can put on it. And my clients will tell you, these clients, these two women will tell you for sure, the prices that we came up with for their packages, they would have never come up with these packages, right? Hey there, Gwen, good to see you. They would have never come up with these packages. Why? Because they just weren't able to see that far. Does that make sense? Number two, the second thing that happens when you stop coaching yourself is that you're able to charge more. Why? Because a lot of times we don't know what the market will accept. We don't know if you're not doing what you want to do at a high level, you often do not know what you should be charging for what it is that your service is. And I see this a lot with brilliant, smart, sharp women. They tend to overgive. They tend to overcompensate, right? They're trying to prove to their customers, see, I'm amazing. I'm really good. They do things like a lot of times pilots, a lot of free services. They want to try it on and see, did you like it? You know, they're looking for validation. When you work with a coach and you stop trying to coach yourself, your coach is going to show you and challenge you to go to the market quicker. I get my clients, they go to market right away. We're not doing all of these pilots and things like that. You've got 10, 20, 30 years of experience. You are amazing at what you know how to do, and knowing how to package and position and what to package, what goes in your packages, how to offer that is what will make all the difference. When you understand exactly the value that you bring to the table, meaning step by step, what you're offering that client, why you need to charge what you're charging, it changes everything. The reason most people undercharge is they don't even know how to calculate their price. They're looking at what someone else is doing online. And I'll tell you that that is not the way to calculate your prices. Your prices are distinct to you, your background, your talents, your gifts, what you bring to the table, and your years of experience. And knowing how to calculate your value will allow you to stand in your value. Number three, are you guys getting value? Are you getting value? Number three, the third reason, what changes when you stop coaching yourself is that you streamline your processes. And I can't say this enough. So a lot of times when I'm working with someone, I was talking to one of the clients today, and one of the things that she was talking to me about was her team. So she's new in business, she's building her team, and she has her thoughts around what that team could look like. Now, the difference is I've had so many different teams over the years, over the last 20 years, that I can talk to my clients, find out where they're at, and see what they need, and make recommendations distinct and based on what makes sense for them in this season. Does that make sense? So, in when you're coaching yourself, you actually don't know sometimes what you need. So what happens is you end up overbuying things, or not knowing how to set things up properly, or knowing how to streamline your processes, or what to look at that's most important, right? It's just really, really important when you have someone that can give you context. Another benefit of not coaching yourself is when you're working with a mentor or coach, a lot of times they have resources that you have access to. They may have other people that they've worked with that they can refer you to, so that you can make sure the vendors that you're working with are proven, that those people can actually do a great and amazing job for you. Number four, what we're talking about today are what changes when you stop coaching yourself. All right. And what I've covered already is that number one is that you see taller. You see things in your business that you can do that you would have never thought to do because of having mentorship. Number two, you charge more. And more has more to do with perspective around your value. And if you don't know how to calculate your value, often most people start with lower prices because they're trying to establish their value instead of owning it. I hope that makes sense for you. Number three, and streamlining your processes. Streamlining your processes is one of those things where sometimes people start doing things in the most complicated way, and they don't understand how to streamline or make things easy, build their systems based on leverage, because they're just getting started in business. Working with a mentor can really help you with that process. Number four, you have accountability. So accountability without question is really important. I can tell you this, that in both of these cases with these women, that if they didn't have the accountability to send the pitch out, or to follow up with the client again, with the client that didn't respond, right? And it seems like, oh, they're not interested. If they didn't have the accountability to revise the draft and to own who they are, their ownership of what they do in their company and their pitch letters, then these deals would look completely differently. See, when you're coaching yourself, sometimes you play it down, you don't show up as the giant that you are. And it's because you're scared. A lot of times we don't understand how important it is to have agency over what it is that we do. But it makes all the difference, particularly when you're selling high ticket things. Accountability will get you to show up in ways that you never would. Like maybe you wanted to do something, but you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it in a month. And you never kind of get around to it. When someone's holding you accountable, it makes you do more. It makes you get it done, right? Right. Great. Establish your value instead of owning it. Awesomeness. Thank you, Gwen. So that's really important. Number five, we're talking today about what changes when you stop coaching yourself. And the first thing that I wrote down is that you gain access to resources, and those resources can look like, maybe it's your coach's resources. Maybe they've got a library of things that you can learn, right? A curriculum that would really benefit you. So when you want to know how to do a webinar, build a webinar that's profitable, instead of you just trying to figure it out or Googling a lot of things or getting on Chat GPT and being validated that that's a great idea and that's a great idea too, you actually have a proven system that you have access to. You have access to also your mentor directly, who can see you, get to know you, help you course correct along the way. And I have to say, without fail, that's like one of the best things ever. The other thing you have access to in many cases is a community. You get to learn from your peers. You get to learn from people who are overcoming their excuses. And when you are in the room with people who are running the way that you're running, but differently their way, sometimes they help you overcome yourself, what you think is impossible. Sometimes they set a bar that is important for you to establish, but you wouldn't have established on your own without having had the access to those individuals. So what changes when you stop coaching yourself? You get access to things that you don't have by yourself. And I know that in the era of Chat GPT, which I'm a big fan of, I love Chat wrote this description here, great, right? But I write my own talks, right? Like I just use these words, couple words on a plate, on a postcard, and then I just talk to you guys, right? So but chat can never be you. And a mentor or coach can help you be you and show you the best ways to use these AI tools so your voice comes forward. There's nothing that's going to replace you. And what I see often when people first come to me and they become so chat GPT or the equivalent Gemini or any of them dependent, you can tell that they're not writing what they're going to do. You can tell that they're not building what they want to do for their clients to create results based on what they know they should do in their heart. They are allowing a program essentially to say, do this. And then you say, I don't know if I like this. Say, well, try this. When you're working with a mentor or coach, they're going to hear you, listen to you, find out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And based on those things, they're going to make recommendations to you to be able to do amazing things. And Gwen, you'll be able to meet in a couple of weeks for our VIP time together. You'll meet one of those individuals that's closed. She has 2 deals, it's closed 80 grand. So I'm really excited that you'll have the opportunity to meet her. Number 6, I wrote 6, but I already said it. So did I forget something? Well, I think that this is just a great live, right? And are there other questions that you might have for me or statements? Did you get value? Did you get value? There are 2 recommendations. You're watching me, you're watching this. What would I recommend right now for you to do if you're like, Mia, this sounds great. I know that I need some support. I've been watching you over and over again over the last year, month, whatever it is, right? What would you recommend? Here are 2 things I would recommend. One is the Giant Experience Master Training. And I'll post in the comment section. Let me pull it up. But I'll post in the comment section the Giant Experience Master Training. So the Giant Experience Master Training is it's my life's work. It's one of my favorite courses. So many clients have gotten amazing results attending the master class. Hopefully you guys can see me. And I'll post that link here in the comment section. So wherever you are, you can grab that right now and check it out. It's about $2,500. There is a incredible online curriculum that I want you to watch. It teaches you how to package, price, position, and sell what you do the way that I know works, okay? And then you come for 2 days virtually for an intensive. And over the course of those 2 days, it's done with you. You're building out your packages and your pricing and your marketing and your positioning and your selling. And so people leave with it done. And if you've been waiting forever, taking forever to do things, this is a proven course that will really show you exactly what you need to do in a weekend. And it's an intensive. It is a lot of work. It's 11 to 7. You can choose a time in January, February, or March that you want to attend. The cohorts are awesome. You'll meet incredible women who also are packaging what they do as a high ticket product. So that's one thing that I would suggest for you to do. And then there is another, let me grab that. And hopefully you guys can still see me and you can still hear me. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, one second. So, right, I would recommend, because this is what these 2 women did, I would recommend that you book a 90-minute strategic advisement session. So if you are like, I just need to get clear on what I'm offering, how I do it, how do I hit my $250,000, my 6-figure plus whatever? How do I sell what I do for 25 grand? How do I get this consulting business off and going? If that is you, and that's a question that you have had, then the private consulting is great. It's $2,500 for 90 minutes. Best deal ever. And like I said, clients, as a result of having the right strategic advisement and not coaching themselves, they literally are able to hit the ground running, knowing exactly what they need to do. And it moves the needle for them in real time. I want to open the floor really quickly and see if you if you have any questions for me. So, are there any questions, any comments? Did you get value or did you get value? That was my goal today, is to give you value. But I was like, I can't go to bed tonight and not tell you guys. I mean, two clients, it's the 6th of January. They've closed almost $200,000 and we are just getting started, folks. And why? Because they understood, not just from a course perspective, they understood from a practical perspective how they came through the masterclass, they built their structure in real time, they were able to do some advisement with me, and then they were able to put together their individual collective pitches, and and they sent them out. And if you've been looking for that answer for yourself, then look no more. Okay. So I just want to check and make sure that I didn't miss any questions here online. I'm on a couple of different um, platforms here. All right. Last call. If there are questions, now is the time to ask. But this was my honor to be able to be here tonight and to be able to share my joy with you. I just want to see you win. I want to see you win. I want to see you win. And I know you can't win just watching. You win, you got to be in the game. You got to have the knowledge. You got to show up for yourself. You got to find the money, and you got to be an implementer. And when you have that level of courage, you can't lose. All right. So I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great and amazing day. If you know a friend that would benefit, share this live with them. Talk to you soon.